Hi, my name is Sean Shadella, and in this video we're going to be talking about 13 reasons why a business might fail. Now, these reasons can apply to smaller local distributors, or it can apply to large multinationals. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Reason number 13, your idea sucks. It's as simple as it gets. 50% of your business is your idea. If your idea isn't good, then your business won't be as good. Think about it. If your idea isn't good, your consumers won't be interested in your product. And if your consumers aren't interested, you're not going to make any profit. Why make a business that makes no profit? That makes no sense. So your business is also going to fail as a result. Reason number 12, you have no planning. If 50% of your business is your idea, 50% is your execution and your planning. For anything in life, if you don't have planning, you won't be ready for the mistakes that you'll encounter. Same with business. If you don't have planning, you will not be prepared for the problems that you're encountering. These problems may be with a lack of inventory or a weak IT aspect of your business. So planning ahead is extremely vital for the growth of your business. Reason number 11, you don't love what you're doing. This applies for everything in life. If you don't like being a programmer, you probably shouldn't be a programmer. If you don't like being a doctor, you definitely shouldn't be a doctor. Same with the business. If you don't like your business, you probably shouldn't be doing that business. Reason number 10, your marketing is not strong. Listen, if you think your product is good, then that's great. However, you have to market your product to consumers. Now, if you don't spend any money or time on social media, well, that's not going to happen. So you need to constantly be on social media, you need to constantly be making new advertisements, you need to get this product out there. If you're not doing that, then, well, your business is not going to do well. Reason number 9, you don't have enough manpower. A business can be a one-man or a woman show. However, sometimes a business will have so much work that one person cannot handle it. And this may lead to the person doing a poor job in their execution, and that will lead to the demise of their business. So you shouldn't be afraid to hire employees to take on the task along with you. So yeah, not having enough manpower can really affect how your business grows. Reason number 8, you have too much manpower. Now, if you have a business and you have too many employees, the profit that you gain will be spent trying to pay off those employees. Now, this obviously leads to less profit for you, and this can also lead to your profits being reduced so much that, well, you're not making any money, and that's not exactly the greatest business. So you shouldn't be afraid to fire employees, and in the first place, you shouldn't be hiring that many employees. So having too much manpower can also affect the growth of your business. Reason number 7, your packaging needs improvement. This really applies to products that are on shelves, on retailers, as when a consumer walks down, let's say, the grocery aisle, they have a matter of seconds to look at your product and know what it is. Packaging with small labels, small letters, and drab colors really are unattractive to the consumer's eyes, and they're probably just going to move on. So take examples like Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola, Lay's. They have big labels, they have obviously ingredients, but they have the big labels, they have the 0 calories, and especially Mountain Dew, they have bright colors. And this really grabs the consumer's attention, and this will actually lead them to taking a look at your product. And if you have bad packaging, obviously people are not going to notice your product. So having good packaging is extremely important to the way your business grows. Reason number 6, you have no demand. It's pretty simple. People don't want your product. This can be a factor of many of the reasons I've mentioned beforehand. And if people don't want your product, well, you're not going to sell anything, and that really defeats the point of your business. So having no demand really does affect how your business functions and how much money you make. Reason number 5, you have no supply. If you have no supply or inventory, then obviously you won't have product to sell. And this is especially bad when you have high demand, because you won't be able to keep up with all the orders. And quickly, customers are going to lose interest in your product, and you're going to lose a lot of profit. Now, this is the reason why many businesses fail, and Avoiding this trap will give you actually a very good head start among other businesses. Reason number 4, your customer service is dreadful. If you can't satisfy your customers' needs or address your customers' problems, then your customer won't exactly be jumping at the opportunity to use your services or use your products again. So having good customer service is extremely important, as this is how you interact with your customers. And not having good customer service really does affect your business in a negative way, and it is one of the reasons why businesses fail. Reason number 3, you don't watch the news. This may not seem extremely important at first, but watching the news gives you information about tariffs on imports and exports, and even taxes that are being placed on small businesses. So your business can suffer just because you didn't know about a 100% raise on taxes on small businesses. So watching the news is very important, especially when you're a business owner. Reason number 2, you have an IT problem. Listen, it's the modern era. Not everyone walks into a store to buy a product. Most people these days order products on your website. And if your website isn't good and it's hard to use and hard to navigate, obviously people will not be invited to use your website. Not many people are going to go through the hassle to go to Walmart and buy your product. Especially if your product is an online service, don't have a good website, people are not going to buy. So it's as simple as that. Reason number 1, you make the wrong partnerships. Imagine this scenario. You're the CEO of a healthy company and you're making a healthy income. Now, other businesses also want to share the spotlight, and you're approached with 6 different partnerships. It may be tempting to pick the biggest company of them all. However, that may not always result in the best possible scenario for you. Instead, you will want to pick the company in which their strengths are your weaknesses and your strengths are their weaknesses. That will really positively impact both your businesses. If you just blindly pick the biggest business without even looking at their strengths, and sometimes their strengths might be your weaknesses and it might actually work out. However, if you just blindly pick the biggest one, it may negatively impact your business and you'll just gain a couple minutes of fame instead of a long, prosperous income raise for your business. So always make the right partnerships, even though they may seem like the wrong ones at first.